What's new in MIUI 10 Global Stable 10.3.4.0 on the Xiaomi Poco F1? If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos. Hey peeps, what's up? Munchie here, back with another video, and in this video we're going to have a look at what's new in the latest stable build for the Xiaomi Poco F1, the version number being MIUI 10.3.4.0 stable. First thing right off the bat, you have your latest Android security patch level from March 2019. By latest, we should mean April 2019, but Xiaomi's latest has always been a month behind. If we go into system update, click on the three-dot menu on the top right, and then click on what's new, you also have a pretty big change log for this MIUI 10.3.4.0 stable update. I guess this is a side effect of people calling Xiaomi out on Twitter with the previous update 10.2.3.0, wherein they eventually made an excuse that developers were too busy to put out an official proper change log. So this time they went overboard and published a long list of change log. However, if you see something related to NFC in the change log on Xiaomi Poco F1, please ignore that because the Poco F1 does not have NFC. So I think that is something which they forgot to remove from this change log for the Xiaomi Poco F1. Let's start by talking about Widevine L1. So this update does add support for Widevine L1 on the Xiaomi Poco F1. How do you enable that guy? For starters, you need to have a fingerprint setup. Once you have a fingerprint setup, you go into settings, lock screen and password, click on manage fingerprints. It will ask for your PIN, and this is where you need to enter your current PIN. Once you have entered your PIN, you will be on this screen. Over here, you need to click on fingerprint payments and you should see Widevine L1. Click on this guy and then you need to click on certificate and make sure you're connected to the internet. This will download the Widevine L1 certificate on your Xiaomi Poco F1. As you could see, we got a message that updated successfully, which means we now have Widevine L1 support on the Xiaomi Poco F1. If you're using the DRM info app, it still might show L3, but rest assured, this is the official way or the best way of checking whether your Poco F1 has Widevine L1 or not. As for HD content, you can still not view HD content on Netflix. At the time of recording this video, it might change down the line. You can watch HD content on Hotstar as long as you have a registered account. As for Amazon Prime Video, you can watch HD content as long as you have a locked bootloader. Once you have an unlocked bootloader, you cannot watch HD content on Amazon Prime Videos as well, which is something from Amazon's end and nothing Xiaomi can do about that. The next big thing in this MIUI 10.3.4.0 update is if you open your app drawer, you will see a new icon for Game Turbo. Click this guy and it will start listing all your installed games. Now I personally do not play PUBG, so I don't know whether PUBG lag is fixed or not, and secondly, I don't know whether the PUBG touchscreen issues have been fixed or not. I personally never had any touchscreen issues with my Poco F1, so I'm not the correct person to ask whether touchscreen issues on the Poco F1 have been fixed or not. Once you are in Game Turbo mode, you can click on this guy and it will change the way it looks. This guy will rotate your game screen and move it into landscape mode. So click on this guy one more time and we are back in the normal mode. This guy here is your settings icon for Game Turbo. Click on this guy and here you have all the settings. So it says whether you want to enable gaming mode or not. So this will prioritize your bandwidth and performance for games so that your games don't lag. I'm assuming that's what it is supposed to do. Then you have memory exceptions. If you want any specific apps which you don't want to kill while you are gaming, because you have the option of clearing cache once you're inside a game, we'll see that. Then whether you want to see the toolbox or not, this guy, whether you want do not disturb or not, and then you have specific do not disturb settings like hands-free calls, true colors and restrict system gestures. So let's go ahead and launch this game Tank Hero. And then to access the gaming turbo mode, you have to swipe from this edge an option for gaming turbo. Click on the down arrow and you have multiple options. You can turn your Wi-Fi on or off, your mobile data on or off, whether you want do not disturb mode or not, whether you want auto brightness or not. Some people want to play their games at maximum brightness, so this is where you can do it. If you click on this guy, it will let you keep the game running while the screen is off. Those of you playing PUBG or gaming during your classes, this is a very good option for you peeps. Then if you want to access the file manager, you can do so from here. It will open up in a pop-up window, and you can also resize it using this guy, and you can close it using this guy. Then you have the option of WhatsApp in case you have WhatsApp installed. If you do not have WhatsApp installed, then Facebook shows up over here. You can record a video, take a screenshot, and you can also clear your cache while you're in game to avoid any lags or memory issue. So this is what gaming mode is all about. Next up, we have 4K 60 FPS in the building. So if you open the camera application, go into video, 3-bar menu on the top left, go into settings, video quality. There you have it, 4K 60 FPS along with 1080p 60 FPS. Record awesome great videos on your Xiaomi Poco F1. The changelog also mentions something about new AI features in the camera, but I was not able to find those new features. If you do, please leave a comment down below on this video. The next change, which is new in this MIUI 10.3.4.0, is the option to hide the notch. Go into settings, full screen display, enable this guy, hide notch, and bam, the notch is now hidden and everything shifts down a little bit. If you disable the option to hide the notch, then notch in individual apps gets enabled, and here you can customize your per app notch, whether you want to set it as auto or always show the notch. So a nifty feature from Xiaomi here. The next change which is new in this build is app face unlock. So make sure you have added face unlock data to your Xiaomi Poco F1. Then you need to go into settings, look for app lock, scroll down a little bit, this guy over here, app lock. It is asking to verify my fingerprint, so let me verify my fingerprint. Bam, once you're inside app lock, click on the settings gear on the top right and make sure this face unlock is enabled. Once you enable it, whatever applications you have chosen over here, you can now unlock them with your face. Next option which is new is in screen recorder. So you open your app drawer, go into screen recorder, click on the settings gear on the top right, and then over here you need to select sound source, and you have these three options: mute, mic, and system sounds. So you can now record your system sounds, which means if you're playing PUBG, recording your PUBG gameplay, it will record the system sounds instead of your mic, and you can also choose to mute it if you want. Next up is whether you want to see your quick settings and notifications on the lock screen or not. So if I lock my Poco F1, unlock it, swipe down, I can see my quick settings and I can also see my notifications like my email or something like that if I have any notifications. However, if you choose, you can now disable that. So for that you need to go into settings, then you go into notifications and status bar, and this notification shade section, show on lock screen, disable this guy, and now if I lock my Poco F1 and swipe down, I do not see my quick settings panel and neither will I see my notifications. While we are on the topic of notifications, if you ask me whether persistent notifications have been fixed or not yet. If you get a notification, it does display on the top left over here for a few seconds and then it disappears. I'm assuming Xiaomi will implement persistent notifications in the next stable build for the Poco F1. Another new option which I saw is if you go into settings, you will see something called SOS. So let me scroll down, this guy, emergency SOS. If you select this guy, you can send an emergency message and your call history to contacts which you have added over here. Once you enable it, you get the option of adding a contact, and then in case of an emergency, you can press the power button 5 times and it will send your current location and a SOS text message to the emergency contact you have added over here. And if you want to send your call history for the last 1 hour, you can enable this guy and it will also send your call history for the last 1 hour again. Pretty impressed with Xiaomi for adding this SOS and safety feature to the Xiaomi Poco F1. The next new feature is face unlock and staying on the lock screen. So right now I have set that option to off. So if I lock my phone and then unlock it, as soon as it recognizes my face, it unlocks the phone. However, if you want to turn this off, you can go into settings and then go into lock screen and password, manage face data, enter your PIN, and then you have this new option called stay on lock screen after unlocking. So if you enable this guy, and now if I lock my phone and then unlock it, as soon as it sees my face, this changes to a check mark. Let me show it to you one more time. So there it is. Right now it is a face, and bam, it changed to a check mark. And now if I swipe up, it will take me to my home screen. So it's not taking me to my home screen as soon as it sees my face. It does unlock it, but it still stays on the lock screen. The last thing before I end this video is dark mode. Well, dark mode has not yet been implemented and it is not there in developer options as well. And as for the touchscreen lag fix, I never had any touchscreen issues as I mentioned before, so I cannot tell you whether the touchscreen is performing better or not. That will do it for this video, peeps. I hope my video helped you. Likes, shares and subscribes are appreciated. Feedback and comment more than welcome. See you when I see you.